Some ya coffee issues no.
Okay, me da say ma me mfa kwanyes na me nchia wahwefo na me nchia NDC fufo abenso baje bra be hwe ni nyina na me nchia national chairman Yura Johnson na Sidun Kechia na JB unse MPP fo wa ho benim ne beye sane be ka se be nko parliament because say yan returning chief justice nya dia be ko parliament you see bra na be wo aban mu no ye wo ensamoni bebre a MPP for edi free na be free aban mu no na enye be ya o na enye be ya se be free aban mu keke na mom be ya se beto ebedadi
free mo free aban mu na enye mo ya se
na enu be ya se beto mom beden ebedadi ensamoni a MPP for adi mo Ghana ha no enye ensamoni ketwa na de before me even cry me call me nsem so no de me ka ede atu NDC mpanimfo nyina afo say ye wo ade ba ko a na ni defend edin pa se ukotena platform bia so na se oni MPP ni koshia na se issue be on corruption betim ka se NDC for a corrupt sansem no be kan from day one abeba aban mu akopem say be di free aban mu ye wa ade ba ko a na beta ka se o NDC for kra ho be no na ho le MPP for a corrupt huntman chini pa ba ko pempo betimi kan ka se o de boni pa ba ko pe a NDC e ba ya be chi nu kotu mu eno no kire o say na be pese be kire se be no de be den be clean o ti ase se o hwe ba bi a MPP amamuo nu ekoduru ya na Ghana fo nyina di bani ahu offense corruption na ekoso ewo na nado baomia amamuo mu nti na be pensisaye hwe se anya his excellency John Dramani Mahama na Ghana fo enya ahu hope bi anasa nidaso bi ewo nu mu a ade ba ko ana a section of Ghanaians hwe senka yebetimi eden atu aban agu edi tuo betu aban agu minister sad now so ya aware senye president Mahama na amanfo ewo hope ewo ni mu say on na oya last chance a na ebimu sane na ofrense ebimu tu aban gu o Africa ha sei no na Ghana fo obimu kon ado say ese yetu aban bi gu ewo Ghana ha enti se ene nyame ya adom na NDC John Dramani Mahama edano abagia kunwa na de meka say benye niema no sama ebia ochina bi no NDC emko opposition na MPP for answer international ka say ho baaye no ho ntimi anchi obi a na chese be clean se ohwe chairman wuntumi ni issue ya ababeto ho ya me nka se ebia yankoye den yankochi obi enhwe no yanfa obi ntum no ayi atitira sem dabi yanfa mra nto babia emra no da se nipa no ese ye chena yenche no ese odama emfidudu a ese nipa no dam no yemani nam tema wuntumi etena Ghana ha ekeka nsema na nia na oye nsem na oka ni nyina achi no sana na enye adeketwa se ohwe report na eba na eche say abantie kwaji sika $10 million se odikwa akodua abru chema wuntumi asem mi kan yo wa Exim Bank akwaji $10 million say odikwa akodua abru ya betem ba akopempo wanua
Abrono dua bi.
Say
dua no atebu amanten.
Good. Say no.
I am a testimony to it.
Yenya ho ayi
evidence.
Yes, eninti no sika no wontua ai. Se odua ai no ye baako. Sika nso se wotua no ye baako because e loan. Enura metie A+. Na A+ e ka say. Sa sika na chairman wontumi mo kwoje no. Ono bebo na amane. Se basically bi wo Exim Bank be chiska o Exim Bank enti onso nkwaji bi 2017 no ano wan kwaje ne aja ba nti ese no chema wuntumi ne de aba abonten ne ye ka megidi ye pa se ye domo asuko a ye benya MPP for dodo na abenso se ska be kwaje ya bentuae what you say enti eno no eye baako eno no achi belasam koko rose bi mo ehun nsem sa koko rose no kra as at the time ono no kwa signing those contracts no na be che say asphalt krampo no na 1 kilometer about $800,000 Hema won to me manage etimi koje $1.5 million contract no so wo sign ya per kilometer no $800 no ono no nko ano etimi nya $1.5 million me wa no so no akwan no wanye okay say aban sesaye transition team no eka say obia ne aban do ka bia no aban betua na mbom esansa ya to aba wie ama aban foforo abanti no bema transition no enkwa wiye na benhwehwe amanfo nkrata mu se fatal se yepia aka ye betua aka na akwa we atumi ne deputy chief of staff aye kanana ama wono no atimi atua niska about $45,000 e di ama no
I see
wow sa kwa bi we mo ene amanfo e di bonu me hwe se nsem we mu nyina ye kikan no me pese yen hwehwem se eho hia se chema wuntumi ya chena yanche no se odama se otimi eden otimi edam na yankoye ade no phone hwe abaye de botachi no ayi obi ne
eda ho emubu ye be boba
aha
ye be buru ye be gua ne pass
good obi ne ye ka se ayi to ebe so abaye de botachi o se na bubu da
ho
abawe die ye ma ne mubu
fresh one de be
abawe ne die ye de be ban pe what you say eni nti no saa sika na afa ne nsato mu ne nyina sefo no nyina no se otua obe fedi aba onye government appointee uni aban mu enso besan kwa hwehwe no aban cars egu fie no so ekire sen eba ne sen no onye government appointee anase uni aban mu na aban cars etim begu wu fie se oye no so kra free ho no ma be ayi eno no before ye beto aba no o kai say galamsey hu nsensen bi ba ya na be chese onu mbomu e de nsase amema ayi ofrensen China fo bi mu a be tu galamsey e wo ho no
enra e wo ha ya ba bia Ivan ti ya dia wo win MC e friend Stephen Moche e betena ha o said Numri Forest e sheda se e wa wo win ho o say so bia nchi wuntumi ono obechi no because boni e wadi wo sa forest ne mu no ya menko anenim was self forest the cry
good
it is na ye mining and na legal mining na kanye sa na be ye no but was self forest to the extent say we ya hwehwe just some reclamation which will cost millions of Ghana cedis it is obi anche na ono obe make sure some meche no that is what he said
incident here say yetim tenase eso amanfo so sa ohu na no ye abekọ ese be kwa akọchi no enya de say obi call say forcefully no okwa akọchi nipa no obi anyu force say o de kwa akọchi nipa offense wuntumi say be so force enka obi anu ni obe ba gina o gate oti ase police fo abekọ ebekọ gina o gate ne wan kasa security kurampo eden epie baaye eni bebedi nkomo but oma ade no sound it say amanfo achese national security fo aba be gina honom ne bia be tututuo bi mu ne nasifa say be penakunu no okekam say Ghana for sorry MPP for sorry you see entino yentina Ghana ha say ensoso amanfo so saa ye woni ma bebre a MPP for ba ya be de ye NDC for NDC for so nipa babubu ebi mu fie agu pen what you say babubu ebi mu fie agu pen ba freeze amanfo account na no what you honum esu se wunya sika entria womba school fees sika na wo no wafa ni nyina achi no wunya sika entria womba nya onu an koyi gold ebu platform so say onu o sika no enti gold ni nyina achi wunya sika entria ayi womba school fees how come what you say enti no ni me pesa me kan say MPP for free abamu anka ne no na ayi friendsen na na do ho no okoka na wa prabachi oka na wa prabachi nyame aya adom na na do ne wa kwakotena wa kwapani ba bi atena MPP nsu eni ho kwan a say fa so a yesika akwakoji obia ho yeje no say yeje se nipa no ba court no twa 100 times ye mfa no 100 times because one of their strategies obedina ho no ma no wa hyeda muni ahwe obedina ho no wa hyeda muni ahwe na I say o waste nipa time keke what you say enti no JB me no de me nka nkwa akiri ye hia yeska what you say sky train Ghana no chese ye njimi sa what you say so ka say Oba be sky train di amaya fine no problem ye won kura no bebre wo hono ma ya buro no ne ya banche ne ya bayere mu etimi kafuo because akwan enye den enye however oba be sky train ubuwa ni agusa akwan na enye no so nyina ba be sky train ya ati ase sika ba beji wunsa ayi train na ama ye sika so ama asem we di enka me gidi e say me nya judge me nya lawyer de and can no can say spend 1 week in pool. True pa, and no can say spend 1 week you crowd we who.
Mate, Mamma Ivan Embremo Nafi, yet talk on so. Ivan,
Yabi, I think that my mention not mention what here for issues about corruption related stuff. One of the key issues are Ghana for Gina Sokotoaba. Because we got to a time and that corruption was so rampant to the point that we are Ghana ni now share kwanya nipa kobi afaso ebo man no krono na no mobo no kwa nye so mobo ni nyansam na dodo na mobo krono tena tim so mabwi musan ye ha be sa de ya ne se obi a wonim nyansa na owia wo ya chenya de bia but Ghanaians had to deal with this ordeal for almost 8 good years. These people were stealing with unwavering impunity. Decisions and some of the things are there because of not airtime. They did this thing, more unfairly DNA respect. I'm the people of this country. I remember on the side of Galamsey, wound to me kind of stuff. I also many concerns were raised. Advocacy group, individuals. At a point, not yet, Mamim Penifone, Kramayu, Nasa for well on the street.
And in fact, I think, is it Utah goes other.
Yes, university we call strike because of this. And the very people who were behind this thing, we knew them. Woon to me and Co was all over the place. All mining forest reserve. And then as a forum, President Ebo Nechikutupa. We got to a point that when civil society organizations and Ghanaians raised concern about saying because there were clear-cut evidence such as Brantiano say forest. A man for China, there was a clash in the for a newspaper and Obia reported. The president came to his defense, a brown Catholic bishop for Kusia Koforibia. And then he took the podium and told the whole world, say, wouldn't to me any by your boom, and I anti-government activist, na ye can't send wound to me, so a brown when the guy was indeed in this virgin forest, or say near ma, and Nina and the president assigned a mara a man who can say people can go into virgin forest. Now you need those kind of distraction and as a for them. I've gone through the reporter, police for their Bible and said, I'm inviting because of the activities I say and so on say what pollute and a whole lot of stuff I call. So you see, Makata said, Crofo, I thought I'm your money to say I don't know buy people were the security agencies were pouncing on them, no. Then they decided to go that emotional line calling on patriots. People should rush to their houses. Now, omomra to their rescue. Bihuba could be yes, a frabrante be a denta kumia.
Yeah.
Justin Kodria, I got throttle on the Facebook page.
Yeah, sure.
One of the comments are Mekai Pa and they say, Obisi Ogain, when you were enjoying chopping the ladies, did you remember us? You can go and read the commenter. What sa post now here. Clearly, you see, we've gotten to a point that the average and the ordinary Ghanaian in the past, a month for free, they were so gullible, emotionally struck. That era is long gone. So you should know that there is no sensible person obedi what you say or no me do what because they don't respect anybody. That is the hallmarker. People will mess up for 8 good years, 4 good years. When hunyansa am for patriot that say brandifie ma onye party kura ma and I say onye bibi ma by le yet no we negate at was a patriot should come because of free say you are a gullible netwit wouldn't nyansa and these are near my the wire and I'm cautioning the youth to say you see these are people who are robbing your future. These are people who are mortgaging the future, who seek it to be a future leader now, and they are investing this money in their kids, buying a good future for their family. They don't care about you. That is why you kidney disease, shut it down. These are chronic diseases. When somebody gets exposed to some of these things, it doesn't matter how much you have in your account, you can never stay alive. So there is the need for us to make deliberate intervention. People were chopping state money here, there. Even people who are in the party, they never reach out to anybody. So the youth, Obi are now poor under MPP regime, party na opposition, they are still poor. People don't even respect you. And today, these people have the gut and the infantry to tell you, say, police for national security for that nonsense is over. And it's also a caution to people in this present government. You see, don't you sit anywhere and think that you mess up and time will come, you call people and they'll follow you. No. You see, people are becoming increasingly intelligent, smart. They are becoming very multi-politics, I say. You understand? First, and partisan emotions drive people. The honorable you are shouting, putting your life on the line. He doesn't even know your name. He doesn't even respect you. So someone who put value on yourself. Now who say politics now? The relationship that might exist between power and we the people should be intellectual kinship. And that kind of mutual now brante bia ma say okoye campaign Africa so tehwe obi akwanfa phone friend that you see these are the actual realities that people go through. So you see this time so when you say what your mind sika don't think that you can come into the social space, write something on social media and young people will come into your aid. That era is done. Make sure you use it to do the right thing. And want to me as a person, you see, his case is long overdue because this is a gentleman. TV super gold. What's the case? Yes, long overdue because Sam Asankana was serious government at the time and can all put to gold on your fence TV station and as a follow. Anything can ask a question, but the government of the day was part of everything that was happening because the catcher said, Petty here, Sikano, these were avenues they were using to get the gold to channel the money into party coffers and individual coffers, and it's the reason why nobody could touch him. You see. Abasa Abrantie no debia meka witch hunting there we witch and ebe hunting but when him say wonya the bonne I'm not sure anybody will go after him. So if he has any solid case you go appear before the security agencies, whatever investigation be another another day you go to court, stand trial. So would bema you will be exonerated, but anya sana sa neema na wasen wo kroma ye kan nyansa sembia che na wantie no what then say you can activate an emotional crusade and call on gullible party followers who troop to your defense because we are fine chama won to me. Na nipa no machichi omukroma ha no chen no. I listened to one of his interviews on radio shouting, screaming, and John Mahama bana opese MPP for Muntina. Now if say John Mahama person breaking MPP now ye penipa che na won to me.
Or be vying for national chairman.
Oh, and I'm not catch say. You see, politics is an here. We've monetized the entire political stage. Until any fool can just walk into the stage. When you see can again say or betimi akwanedim. And my catch say in the coming days you see a lot of fools wanting to be president because now they have money. Because in this time now, you know, intellectualism, credence, value, those kind of nipa or vision, and so forth, those things, you know, you're tuning in to agu. It is about the highest bidder. So politics now by a high stakes business. At the end of the day, you know, wow, wasika. In the coming days, you see the media starting rooting for individuals. And so, why are you rooting for this person? Oh, because your passing envelope will be the man and a motor no more. So your politics, you know, say intellectuals who are supposed to take the center stage. Make critical decisions about what the future of this country, you know. Some individuals are being sidelined because you don't have money. And some of these idiots have been liberated, taking the political stage. And at the end of the day, it is at their dictate and at the behest of whatever that the discretion that they have, you know. And on my near and the last 8 years, so, JB. My catcher said, John Mahama talk Magana Nibia. Or the $1 million to be account to say dollar about one cedi. Now he does not punish these criminals. Ghanaians will never forgive him.
Yeah.
Because the very reason Ghana voted for him and yet dollar can hold us for. But the key thing has to do with Nippon Mofanyansa, Quines will be Sikano. And I'm say the money and say Nippon will be Sikano Nimyansa. Or Nyansa Nina will Sika Cradia. Sometimes you fold and let it slide. But we will Nimyansa and we will Sikano send dinner when him who can. These are the reason why I Ghana for Kotuaba. So it is a sacred responsibility on the president. He can never shake it because the very moment he waived that particular option to prosecute these people, no, he will be in the bad books of Ghanaians. And you can understand. I'm telling you, Akufo-Addo, when he was coming, he was the darling boy of Ghanaians. Akufo-Addo could come and mad. Your friend is saying, and to myself, and I know I'm so. But 8 years, no, Makolanka, man, a bono because of a brababoni or a boy. You understand?
Yeah,
that is how power is. I am very tricky, and the dynamics in there very complex. So we know who said the Wusu we are the lover of the people. You can easily turn and become their enemy. So I think that President Mahama should make sure say these criminals will never go scot free. Again, about that, your friend is saying train we know
Sky Train.
Professor we will be a yes more dama na dam the yes. It's a scenario so more dama. Come here to train and nam from ye nibi. Na kwabrane atena se the pen si paper oh my sign Matthias ye yankwaya train and wiem. Even to conceive that idea no can tell you how weak minds are yet put you in leadership position. Train the nam from no ye ni baako na de num bi na ekofa da ba e ba 3 days ye say akwanya accident. What who say nam da? What think e ba de di akire e chen ye first abonsa me ba kurom. De gidi nipa kra tra menye ye. Na saa nneema we couldn't see the sense ebe ya the nam from no kra yenye na kwabrane atena se yenye sky to ne benam wiem. And at the end of the day, Mauritius no more time sika course on sky train. No Mauritius na kobi say how many sky train no more. Feasibility study kro mo anya bi wo kroma. Ye ne ba ya ho se na kwabrane atime release over $2 million choppable dollar. Na what transfer to account e dey quite share. E were different companies some your friends different way somewhere. Sikano utrese enye. At the same time, na Ghana for were suffering. And crowd school. A lot of people who were convinced that this is the opportunity for the John Mahama. A lot of people who were convinced that this is the opportunity for the John Mahama government to change that narrative. That the NDC and the MPP are not the same.
Yeah.
And for that matter, he's ready this time around to make that difference, that striking difference that will change everything. Wakata said the impunity with which the MPP people thrive was because of Professor Mel's pension and doesn't apply in governance. You understand? So you need to make sure that they suffer for it. And it's a one nam. That's our mind seeker free to format. But we live in a country where said that Kwabrani timi kwaje Exim Bank sika na $10 million. Somebody could be a bro. I know that it's not about whether it would be a bro and so be a bro. The dividend after because your mind sika.
Yeah.
You understand? Maslock has always been the same thing. People go to Maslock, take the money. Every year, man for a check cars, my girlfriend or one for them because in say a party. They know the day nobody will be held accountable. This is the time for us to strengthen state institutions. Man for Benya hope once again in democracy now air falling because in the sub-region now Metiana Meti says a Cote d'Ivoire president what president to me that is how the environment has become say so what's your congressional within the people rise against you and so when the people rise nothing can stop you and nothing can stop them so we need to do everything to ensure say we shape the perception, the understanding, and the confidence and trust individuals our democracy. Because Makata says Ghana democracy, this is the last leg of Ghana democracy. So John Mahama government we end me and build the confidence. I'm Ghana for a deal with democracy. We are done. And when we trip off, we are never coming back because of how our democracy over the years, I give you some kind of safe haven for individuals here. Or more messy up this country. Everybody was quiet in this country. I was happy when Catholic Bishop Council now President Okakacha say undeclared state of emergency in them. But in the last 8 years, all the nonsense that was going on up and down when we were on the space, Professor Frimpong watching the report by Obianti President Niman kind of crunch. But now we are here. So I think these are things a man force should not connect any political dot. And you be na obedi ne bone. Obi na bebo na kohwibra. Obi na beta mo man sika da kodi nsɛmunu. Ukɔ no hwan ka sɛ bia nkwasɛm kwa na obɛka kyerɛ because kroma no nipa nya tumi a ade ba kɔ be signature ma ka kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ arrogance. Nipa onim nyansa da wanya tumi. Na dwe ne sɛ ɔte soro. Power na mada. Ba we nyansani a ka kyerɛ sɛ Rollins be 21 years and na ɔhwehwɛ na wunhu no. And that thing should be a stark reminder to everybody say to me it doesn't matter where you sit and that office ben obi be occupy obi occupy bi da je bi ka kire me office ben office ben obi occupy bi da and you will not be the last person to be there so just serve people, be respectful. Now who say nipa na wo serve no matter so you move away and then another person will come anya just give yourself 5 years you may not be there you understand so to me no wunya serve human right respect nipa na who say you've been called to service but not to come and lord over people. That there be assembly toa when the nipa man can be amount. Now, because I would them no, you know, Makodi Munsem, who we na what is our busia for ne, Sika packing or them na semba. Then you call the poor masses now, no sabi the obedi kura onyano, say onum free ni fee, na omra na oma support because then aya nyada jena Justin Kodua ne post no ye no. Kwase na kokan post now we say okan awira be ho and I bet say Ghana for young people are now becoming very intelligent and they will not cut for such nonsense over the years emotional politics in that kind of way no ebe wura man from so MPP for so until the baby no that era is long gone and in the end this is the same thing when your power now when treat people here you should know say the day will come you become lonely.
All right so I know Ivan Innocent Che and I Kano earlier, yet Lucius Unka. But I can say, between journey on Facebook, and I also the Wajunche, the Abania in Como. Now, let's call the second leg of our discussion. Nafi, Biache, maybe a bit me home Como. And the second one has to do with the issue between CJ, case number 22/4. CJ versus the Obino. But now, the editor say MPC say they are not going to Parliament if John Mahama unreached CJR. But CJ also had a petition question the integrity of the judiciary as it stands now. Say they have exposed her to mockery and other sort of things are emanating too comfortable. Until the petitioner called. Say they should look and probe into the matter very, very well. Lucius, I don't know. Say what follows our issue here. Then, yes, our issue Parliament issue we are not NCJ. We are not type of hormone the other ones as well.
Issue no. Me crowd the encamen person make ho asem bebre. The ntia encamen person make ho asem bebre say yaka na asem na unse last me catch you say President Mama are suspended no. Wow, uchi kurom ha all I want it. No all day all full. Constitution no Emma ho kwan say obi betimi aiden a petition president. Say yenyi Chief Justice in free ho. Enya President Mama ba ye ni amanfo be petition no. Na do time amanfo petition say yenyi no free ho. But esan say na all ye ba pedi enti ne nanado eja no ho no ma ne President Mahama aba na amanfo ayde a petition and even the same procedure nanado efa so no eno abi ni President Mahama enam so yi ochi ase enti no adenti a ese tena krom ha sei na yehwe ma amanfo like bedi trimude eyeye niema bi enu kwanse
no nko shemra no fa ho no mama ne bon famre he should be accountable to me.
Yes.
But you are not accountable to your political party. And so you
parliament na call representative and they know who the party achieve because women's organizer sorry CJ but you know Edna free honum and you know then unko parliament yet you come I say no numbers I reduce ya ene benam simple but do I say MP no 87
or 88
yeah 87 and 87 no and no nyina chi no ontefo obi ni asoma wo o ya wonko now 4 years no beso 4 years eni achi ebe do the next 4 years no say who numbers no reduce by 15 na emebo obi asobo okrum ha sei yes because MPP for no hu bensua de ene ya me no wo kasa no be party no agu ni aniani na ne benam nya say be ye nema bi enu kwanse be ye because say ya petition say yenyi chief justice emfri hono ma adenti a onhwe ma process no enkoso na wo kasa onko parliament aden onu kwan the first person ya petition no Mami ya no that charge anu President Mahama eyi no somewhere was it 2014 or 2015 President Mahama eyi no the same process na ne offer so se hu le hu ya mraninfo na se hu de hu pese periperi ye eya adwuma wo krum ha ya adenti at that time no when you the same thing and we say maame no ye be reinstate no na hotimi ya hwe ha ma okoye na we die chenchene achen. And you see, anybody can catch us and someone about you chrome has seen no. Hey, be hope ye back. Be last hope. Any year mammy be pese okufi. And you know, Benim say mammy kofi the and I say betwati. And true, Benim say betwati because
betwati so that is so omotu daddy.
Betwa daddy. Oti ase na say obi a ono no betimi aboa ono ene oni ho ene ayi Godfrey Dame ayi former attorney general.
Yeah.
I want to me mo abedi dibachi ne sa ayi damfia abachi before ayi want me. Abe kwa abedi dibachi ni nyina no. Me bisa me ho say nti sampanimfo we mu nyina no is it like say be ni duma bi adi. Enti aba sorry abeni nam because some of the issues no personal, even when to me the say a personal issue, it has nothing to do with politics. Obi akwa $10 million say or the kwako via broadie. Any politics track any politics.
Me see the interview between Chema to me lawyer, that is lawyer and the Pierre Kobe, our one radio station. But I know indicated say the invitation of Modema a search warrant. In fact, on the way but now there was an issue made that saw reports in Kusi headquarters on the last Thursday. And one call, Eklemu se no yare. Inti omoko ho no Friday no mko akochin no mo anya no. And our lawyer Rebecca said they are going to present themselves to CID headquarters. That is Enra. Nafi insembia ho no bia no mo aka. But that issue has to do one. It has to do with say Ghana Forest on unauthorized entry to forest reserves. And one of the issues, and that was one of the issues the lawyer especially Samra Boy, that is the forest near the and there are other ones were Hodomusua, and where he responded to some.
Make I say we say any politics, any kakabia. What I say, so be a chairman no akwa na na enye party no dim no de koye what you say one koye amfa sika no amre party enye say bia Ashanti regional MPP ne be pepesia e dia aye offense party office enti wa di banim akwaje besia ene dia krampo dia krampo nka wo frɛ party fo mpa ayi na obi akwaji ni sika so di kwa kodua buro ene ne yere ne mabadi ne wanya bi agu ni botom de eba ne say ne like party mpanimfo ni mu nkra ne ba ho chiribe nyina so bi a chire say adan abachi ayi ofrensen party chairman o ti afo nu nyina no benim we abe nyina no ho be pese be buy time keke o ti ase be dey buy time nti en ka time na say e bia odi free honum no ya nya no saa na ne enkwa ni mu o ti ase be ne me ka che be say wa osika bia fa wonsa to bia no enfo ni nkoto chief justice so anamfo ni nkoto obia so ye be chew enti the earlier the better. Who feel says you can or refund that year, call refund this can because that time no our friend saying public account committee Duma Bebre Emma Ghana for a hui Niema na akoso na emwa sika afa manfo nsato eni nyina no ayi nanado den ekata katabachi ene no saa niema no nyina manfo betwe apio book no lie babi a wudin wa say ayi sika bia afa wonsa to na nasefo bia sei no amanfo betwe apie enti se wonpa ho asem a enye demonstration ene se me nko parliament ene beboa wo pa petition president in fear ha obedam a obedam se sika no ehye ho no a kotua wo sika bia oba bia anya sa so a wa feel say sika no je ya wanfa amobra bia no koton wabusua fiefa kotua ka. Simple. And yes, I did that.
All right, the day delicious. I'm just reading some of the comments on Facebook and very interesting. Once I'm up on the pa, when they all see a put it together. No, I'm not forced to be Philippa and I'm a cancer. All right, so I remember I've heard near here. Ultimately, and Chief Justice Parliament and other related issues. Now we are about to as well.
Maybe there be who say Chief Justice a court no. That is the day I make say my no serious, and she has never been serious. JB, a process has been activated. The process now was slotted into the Constitution by the framers of the Constitution because they envisaged the possibility of somebody becoming even a president and as a Chief Justice. At some point in time, the person may go rogue.
May go what?
Rogue. Like, what free Maraquan so yeah, the open.
What you see, off road.
What you see,
yeah.
So the constitutional framers thought it wise to insert clauses about the removal of such person no, are possible within the confines of the Constitution. I just with the two neighbor you were free. And that process, no. Now, no, make catch us a president to be anyone working to remove any Chief Justice. Constitution is maho kwansa. But the president need to remove Chief Justice and it only becomes activated when the president is petitioned.
Yeah.
So when the president is petitioned, his powers to remove Chief Justice becomes activated by making sure that the said petition is referred to Council of State.
Council of State, yeah.
And the Council of State will work on the petition to establish whether there is a merit, credence in the said petition. After establishing that merit, then they will counsel the president on the next line of action to take. And in the Constitution, it is quite clear, explicit, written, say, the Council of State, it may establish, say, indeed there is a merit. The next line of action is that we need to set up a committee. That committee, say, say, President, from the beginning of this hub and Constitution, say, you set up a committee now. There is a discretionary constitutional power that has been given to the president alone. And this is written in ink in the Constitution.
Yeah.
It is a discretionary power that has been given to the president. Say who's a merit to a case, subsequently, the president to me either to allow the woman to stay or allow the woman to stay behind. That is a discretionary power that has been given to the president. And nobody may take away that power from the president. So this is the process thus far. as at this point, Obiam Chief Justice said what your friend saying, what for an answer anyway.
Sure.
Petition has been flowing among for Hong Kong because we live in a liberal society where people can express their opinion, whatever. Diverse opinion does not incriminate the Chief Justice. We are told, say, Chief Justice say, or the president, and I'm say constitution wouldn't mean sue president, in his stead, you sue the Attorney General.
Yeah.
The processes now, you go through normal from memra, and some of the processes they say, 1, Council of State. Yes, sir, Premier Fasia, and as a credence no more to establish a petition or merit, and it should be declared null and void. So my question is, for that process to be declared null and void, it means the process now, you taking that decision, there was some infringement to be an allocation somewhere along the line. My free say, and I'm say, yeah, from Samara went, because you say you can't build nothing out of it, nothing.
Yeah.
You can't build something out of nothing.
Yeah.
But there must be an infringement. There must be a constitutional infraction that has been occasioned somewhere along the process, and it is on that basis that you call for your friends say young question the eventual decision that has been taken. But no such error has been your friends say occasion. And again, the Chief Justice, we are the administrative head of the Judiciary, today have the guts to tell Ghana for say. The young judges panel also have the tendency to be biased against her. You see, as an administrative head of the Judiciary, when you make such pronouncement, it questions your integrity as a head of that particular institution.
And
because
then she's been exposed to mockery and
exactly. You become an article of public mortification and public ridicule, because this is the very judiciary you are fighting. Say, chin chairs here, my Chief Justice. But today you are telling us, the people there now are biased. Now, because my head here, there is no way these people can. The question is, on what basis? Because for you to say JB, and this is a man at radio, your friend said TV way, so now my baha, your friend said, Mempesa Menene way, I need to premise that particular thing on Adia Bakwan, and maybe a JBI, and Wintimi free say, Obey bias against me.
Yeah.
You can't just build something out of nothing. And this is a CJ, an administrative head, she's not just a judge, and Adia also. So it confirms the long held notion, Ghana for what's it. Your judiciary no dirty, you filthy. Decisions every hall, but Sabinian said him, and until Magana for took to social media, and they were questioning some of them. Ruling coming from the Supreme Court. Yanti Kroman and your Supreme Court naman for 2 nidi. Unanimous FC.
Yeah.
People could predict ruling in as a forum. Ruling bar, people can just subject to basic element of reasoning, logic, common sense, and you see, logic in him, common sense in him, reasoning is missing in the ruling that is coming from the Supreme Court, the apex court of the land. For instance, you say birth certificate and your primary document but traveling document, passport no mom dear nasabi bibin kokan bibia. Will you say that? Because me working at the hospital, what I know is you give birth to Obia. It's not because you are Ghana into we are Ghana ni.
Yeah.
Parents nipa no the bachelor, baby are free. Now that thing will be written. So if you are looking for any primary document, it just say indeed the person is a Ghanaian. It cannot be passport. Passport is a traveling document. So you don't need passport. Oh, you go to America, there are a lot of people, they don't even have passport. Ghana has a
passport.
So Supreme Court cannot say we need passport. So these were some of the decisions come here. People felt that these decisions were silly decisions. And to confirm it, go to social media and look at the kind of anger out for Ghana for a poll. All the polls that were done in this country, people were saying you need trust our judiciary. It means that over the years, the judiciary is sinking. And I'm telling you, the judiciary is one of the foundational institutions of our democracy.
Right.
We cannot lose it. And this is the point. And again, JB, one of her reliefs, or a chief justice and some others, at the electoral commission call, the e-levy call to say, Parliament should halt your friend is the process.
Yeah.
Parliament a process in the by the time I'm quite not your pass enough your pass the case became a useless case.
Yeah, sure, that's true.
Abra Electoral Commission area registration, political parties, NDC and 6 other political parties, drag the Electoral Commission say, registration in district offices, no, north na other place here. Traveling from village, your village to district way, no, and so people cannot do that. Yes, I'm to find the data in the bottom. By the time I buy, now EC was done with the process, and there has been several instances of this guy, and what you mean, could do Ghana for him say, on any case in India, Yenni, na injunted the ongoing process, na we are. It's a sensibility of the people of this country. Sabe, I'm for being trust and confidence. You see, maybe my contention is not about the judiciary, about the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice is just a minor part of the entire judicial puzzle. You understand?
Yeah.
It is about the sanctity of the judiciary. So any individual is irrelevant. It's inconsequential so far as the larger agenda
is concerned.
To streamline and sanitize the judiciary is concerned. You understand? So this kind of embarrassment that she's putting up, lining with the MPP, for instance, this is your mami. I'm for 2 days away or son mami, and who probably by your lawyer. Interestingly, you go for Governor Dame. We are activating the public perception, so no reasonable person will even do that. And then to the MPP, almost all Parliament.
Yeah.
Oh, numbers in what and then the last time Betanaka said they don't have the numbers. So these are some of the nasty stuff they will be doing the entire 4 years. As a smart people, you put in intelligent people, be able to connect with the people. Because you connect with the people first before you build goodwill, before you connect. But look at people hanging on the party. General Secretary Babu until Kasana or with a crowd, Chama is in a baby Uhuna. They are not serious.
All right. Ivan say, but Mamika say Bugusucheska *439#. Now for option number 3. And then Becheska Niama Obiedi. Omodi answer you be part of this whole process. Now for Yetimiska. See this away home. Dollars no sisi akwa na ekofo ase na nimu gu ase dodo. Ntamazi ato o for so by your no. Ye na ye kan but e bo agina ho no. All right, so finally, Lucius, I don't know if in the next 1 minute for what's up the tough na Ghana for ntibi. Yes sir. I've had the 1 minute no plenty. Me ameje na mafa. Oze.
No man 5 grand. Na sa man kasa wi na jifi man.
Man kasa wi. But yes, that's what.
Finally, me can say MPP say we go parliament na say we go parliament. Ya che transport fare so. And then Ghana for hwe.
Yeah.
Sidi no appreciate.
Yeah.
And na Ghana for hwe. Betting tax abedi be sensen a man tie kuma na at the time na be nya adwuma ye no ya nya aban a waba why betting tax na fi ho ai levy abede ba ya na ye ka ho asema bantie be koye ho birthday party ni na asefo no nyina no ene ya nya aban a waye afi ho no de na Ghana fo hwehwe eye se obekọ parliament no akọhya mra ebetimi ama ye ho ahenhan.
Yeah.
Bantimi anya relevant at the time. Ene ye nche dan hia besa. Entinu sebebeko. Sebenku. Be hu nche dan hia ye. Be frima enyema. Be frima entosi be wo so a enyema.
Yebi, I think that my message to decent-minded Ghanaians out there, they say the suspended chief Mimra, they should bring it forth for us to discuss. But as at now, no. They should just shut up and give us a break. There are larger things for Ghanaians to just focus on. We will not be distracted.
All right. We Emma Emuyabem and to Misusu Educhayanamu, and that is the word of Ivan Innocent Che. Media the JB, Ivan, thank you so much for your time. Lucius, may I say for your time. I'm not Homra. Now our wife, if you have to go, it's marking time.